Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, I am Rio. Today, as you can see, we're doing an official update to the hair transplant. Now, it has been over a year and I've been meaning to do this video for the past couple months, but of course, here we are today. Now, the footage that you're looking at here was shot sometime in the middle of July, so it has been about a couple months. So at that time, I was about 4 days until my 13-month mark. So now we're in month 15 and I wanted to give you a good idea of where I'm at and how I feel about my progress. So as you can see in the footage, the hair looks great. I have really good growth on top, which I've pretty much had for the past 5 to 6 months. If you watch some of the previous videos, you know I mentioned the donor area not looking exactly the way I hoped. However, I have seen some progress. At this length, which is about 4 to 5 days after a haircut, you can start to see that there is some lack of density, especially when the hair starts to grow in some. But you know, when it comes to an FUE, that kind of just comes to territory. The right side still is probably the worst side, which tends to be a trend with this clinic. But all in all, at month 13, I'd say it was pretty good. Today, it is month 15. I gotta say that I'm really happy about the overall results. I'll do my best to give you guys some good footage and some good B-roll of what everything looks like. I really don't have any complaints about my overall growth. I could nitpick, which I think we can all nitpick on things that we would like to be a little bit better, but a lot of times things just are the way they are. You can't change everything, you can't fix everything. I'm just happy that I was able to lower my hairline and get density, or the perception of density, really, because honestly I don't know how dense it really is, because as I mentioned in the previous video, when I'm wearing my hair at this length, it can cover up and disguise some density. I really will only know how dense it is if I cut it short and wear it short. Month 15, this is the month where they say that, you know, you probably, or for the most part, you stop seeing a growth. They say between month 12 to 15. From here on out, I don't know if I'm gonna see an improved density. For that matter, the density is pretty good. You know, I talked about the donor and I don't know if it's gonna get any better than this. Some of you may say like, man, that looks great. And maybe I'm just being a little bit too unrealistic from what I want the donor to be. But going into the procedure, I didn't want the donor to look like it. I have taken any hair out of it, which is why I was very set on not going over 3,000 grafts, because I did not want to look over harvested, you know, if that makes any sense. I guess the question comes in that some of you may have, and everyone is going to have their own answer for this, which is okay. You can come to your own conclusion. But if you're asking me what I think, the question is, was I over harvested? Honestly, I would tell you yes and no. I would say no, because the hair does grow in a rate that is not looking overly patchy. But I would say yes, in a sense that you can tell that there's hair still taken. I hope that makes sense. I've seen worse and I have seen better. So I guess where I'm at is I can go in public without a hat and not feel overly conscious about the back of my head. Of course, I do wish it had a fuller perception, but that's just me being me, really. I mentioned some time ago that I would probably end up doing SMP in the donor area, and that's something I still think I may end up doing. I'm like 90% sure I will do that. When, I'm not entirely sure, maybe sometime next year. I'm just not putting an immediate rush on it because I don't think I necessarily need to. But I'll give it its time and kind of see, maybe when I hit 2 years, kind of gauge it that way. All in all, I feel okay with where I'm at. Some time ago, I forgot what month I was in, maybe like month 7 or something like that. I talked about having issues with styling my hair and trying to get somewhat of a curl pattern going, or a decent curl going, because that's kind of how I've been wearing my hair lately. Going through the comments, some suggested I should try like a sponge. Some people said I should try like a relaxer. I need to perm it. Like, there's a lot of different feedback, which I did ask for, of course. I didn't want to use like a chemical to alter the hair texture. As far as the sponge, I was kind of against the sponge because I didn't think it would achieve the results that I wanted to. I feel like the sponge is gonna give you a look of a curl, but I didn't want a dense spiral in that way. And I think the sponge, and again, I could be wrong with this like way of thinking, but I always feel like the sponge was for somebody who had like a little bit of more coarse hair. And my hair necessarily isn't coarse. I just felt like the hair needed to be like loosened up. My curl pattern, which always had like natural, somewhat curly hair, it was just too tight. So what I decided to do was do, of course, research, but I ended up coming across a texturizer. And I don't have it here with me right now. I should have brought it down. But I'm gonna put a picture up of the one that I'm using. I'll put it here. So this is a texturizer that I have used, and only used it one time, just to loosen up the tightness within my curls. I did it maybe a little bit over a month ago. This is what my hair looks like with it. Of course, when I first did it, it was even more textured and fine and curly, but it loosened up my hair to now the same products that I was using back then. When I use those products, it looks much better. Of course, I don't have any product in my hair right now, but before I complete this video, I'll insert a clip of actually how my hair looks when I use some of that. It allows my hair to be more manageable. My hair was like, it was getting tangled up a whole lot. I couldn't even run my hands through my hair. It just wasn't working. So now I can run my hands through my hair with no problem because my hair it's finer than what it was without the texturizer. Hope that makes sense. If anybody has struggled with that, you can try a texturizer. You can try the same exact one that I used. I will warn you though, do not leave it in too long because you don't want your hair to be like super silky smooth, unless that's the look that you're going for. For me, I didn't really want that kind of look, so I think I left it in like maybe 5 minutes altogether. But it was my first time doing it, so I don't think I did it the right way, because I started like grouping the hair on this side, and then I started to work my way over. But what happens is I took it all out at the same time, so this side had it in longer, so naturally this side a little more relaxed or textured than the rest of it, which is okay. I can live with that. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to drop them down below. I'll try my best to get back to you guys. Some of you may not be aware, but I have started a hair consultation advice service. So for those of you looking for something specific that's not in these videos, feel free to schedule a one-on-one with me and I can help you, so I can give you what you're looking for. Keep in mind that the advice that I give you or the feedback that I can give you is not medical advice. If you're looking for that, of course, consult a medical professional, consult a doctor. What I can just give you is maybe anything that you're looking for that's not in the videos. If you want to get more personal with my journey, you want to learn more about what I'm doing or how I'm achieving my results, that's kind of what that's for. If you want to show me what your hair looks like and get my opinion on it, that's kind of what that stuff is for. So if you fall within that category, the link is down below. You can schedule a one-on-one with me. It is 30 minutes for $50. So hopefully that can help some of you. Aside from that, that does it for this quick update, but I'm about to throw some footage in here in this video of what my hair looks like with the product in it now that the hair is a little more textured and loosened up. So check that out and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.